Our country, South Sudan, is the #1 poorest and the #1 most corrupt country in Africa. Not only that, but also the second poorest and the second corrupt country around the globe. That is the South Sudan we are today. With many abundant resources, we are being ranked the second poorest and the second corrupt country around the globe. Why is Africa ranking South Sudan the #1 poorest and the #1 most corrupt country in Africa? Why? It's because of the politicians that we have in our country today. These politicians are the one making many South Sudanese feel ashamed to identify themselves when they are in neighboring countries. Because when you are in a different country, you cannot proudly say that you are a South Sudanese, because everything that is going on in South Sudan will be associated to you. These politicians, they are doing this, and it is affecting the identity of South Sudanese. Imagine a senior political advisor giving a public advice to the citizens. Listen to the disgusting advice that Mr. Manyang is giving to the citizens.
Laziness makes us to be poor, to be hungry. And God has created food all around us. Wherever you turn, there is food. But we are lazy to exploit this food. We discriminate some foods. Frog is bad. Lizard is bad. Dog is bad. But these are all foods. But we don't want to use our minds. Laziness. See here in Juba here, say hungry, when you are lazy, that means you cannot even make food for yourself. And they say a hungry man is the angry man.
That is your senior political advisor, kuol manyang, for those who do not know. Imagine a government that cannot provide services to the citizens, that cannot provide jobs to the citizens, and yet they are coming out publicly calling out the citizens lazy when they don't even provide anything. Where are the jobs in South Sudan that the citizens do not want to work? There are no jobs. How is Kuol Manyang telling the citizens to be lazy when even he has never given advice to Mr. President Kiir to create jobs for the youth in South Sudan? Where does he want the citizens to go and work? Of course, he does not want us to work. Instead, he's telling us to do what? To eat frogs, to eat dogs, to eat cats, to eat monkeys. Anything, we can eat it in South Sudan. Imagine. So these are the kind of the works that he wanted citizens to go for. Are these being created by the government or being created by God? Because cats is not created by the government to give a job to the citizens. Donkeys are not created by the government to give jobs to the citizens. These frogs are not created by the government to give jobs to the citizens. All these things that is mentioned, they are God created. They are not created by the government as jobs for the citizens. And this is bullshit. You know, it's because this man is advising people who do not even know their rights. Because majority of South Sudanese, they do not know their rights. If they do know their rights, they would know that someone like that meant nothing in their lives. They would have never listened to whatever he said. Because many of us do not know that our rights. Majority think that what he's saying is the truth. But for people who knows that citizens work when jobs are provided by the government, they will know that Kuol Manyang is a disgusting political advisor. I wonder why President Kiir is destroying the country. If a political advisor to president gives a disgusting advice publicly like that, what about things that he advises Kiir to do that the public do not know? They would be worse than that. So South Sudanese, you have seen now this, your political advisor is telling you that you guys are lazy because you don't want to eat frogs, snakes, cats. These things, there are people who can eat these things, but not we South Sudanese. We cannot eat these things. Even majority of the population around the world do not eat these things. And Kuol Manyang is advising us to eat all of this, when they are not even the one creating all these things. Anyway, this is just what I wanted to tell you. I know many of you knows about him, but what do you think about him right now? What worst advice do you think is giving President Kiir apart from these things? Because I believe we all know Kiir has destroyed our country. He has made us to be hungry like this. And now Kuol Manyang is blaming us. They have destroyed the country and he's blaming the youth when they are the one destroying it. So what do you think about Kuol Manyang, my people?